Opa! Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World. 904-800-STAV. Call in. We'll solve all your problems. On the couch returning is Bonnie McFarlane, beloved Fred. I think right there. Beloved friend of the pod. You did like maybe the fourth. You did such an early episode. I'm realizing. Like in Astoria, yeah. I mean, you did.
I never even saw a clip. I thought you didn't post it.
I think it was just we didn't know what we were doing when we started. But don't worry,
I did get a sandwich.
That's right. No fuck.
I said, no, eat before you go. You can't rely on that. But I fully expected.
Fuck, I feel so bad now.
I saw you with the coffee. I was like, and then you drank out of it.
Damn, you know, and this is tough because this is just prejudice. I think being vegan is what killed you here. Because I considered just picking up some.
You got me a vegan sandwich last time.
I know, I'm a piece of shit.
You were like so thoughtful.
I know, that's when we. Elders, don't fucking boo me, you piece of shit.
No, the last time I did it, I was so hungry, and you let me eat half of it before we started the. I was like, this is a
Are you hungry now, Elders? Can you get on Uber Eats?
I ate on the way here. I said,
okay, good.
I've learned to not.
That breaks my heart.
I've been married a long time. You don't rely on
others. On kindness, even from your friends who are asking you to do a favor because they have to bank a bunch of podcasts before shooting a special.
But you know, I don't know if this is because of who my husband is or just because I'm like, old and but when men are nice to me, I'm so appreciative. I can't believe it. I have a joke in my act about it, but a guy put my suitcase in the overhead. Yeah. And I like started weeping. I was like curled up in his lap. But it is true. I get I become, because I just think like the way men are, I don't have it's like, I always think like if I had a lot of testosterone, I'd probably be acting the same way. Like you're basically just reacting to whatever chemicals are going on in your body. So I understand they're looking for something that I'm not. Right. So then when they do land on me and are nice, I
wait, what do you mean they're looking for something?
What?
What do you mean they're looking for something that you are not? They can't be nice to someone? I
don't know. I always just think like, my dad's an amazing human, by the way. I shouldn't have this thought.
Is it because like I am curious because everything about kind of your life says horrible father.
No, I know.
A woman who gets into stand-up comedy and marries Rich Voss, no disrespect. No. It seems like her dad abandoned the family.
I know it looks like it, but I've thought a lot about it.
Yeah.
And it's actually the opposite. It's like I don't have issues with men. My
so
dad's
you trusted them
very
too much.
Nice, kind, funny, like masculine guy.
Yeah.
And so I just was like,
You'd built up
I know this
immunities.
Sounds crazy, but I really like men based on how comedic they are.
Yeah, of course.
90% of the time. It's just like a matching of the minds.
Yeah,
I mean?
of course.
When women are like, oh, he's hot, I don't even know what that is.
Interesting.
Like, I don't, like, there's somebody who works at the stand all the time that women are constantly like, oh my God, he's so hot.
Yeah.
And I physically see that if I was casting something where you need a hot guy, but it's not, nothing goes bing, bing.
Really? So you were always, wow, that's fascinating. So you're basically the type of woman that is the reason stand-up comedy exists.
Yes.
It's like the fact that like someone could impress girls like you, it's like, oh, nice. I guess this is an art form and I'm going to dedicate my life to it. Literally the reason I did stand-up. I mean, obviously I wanted to be funny, but it was like, so even growing up, when you get it, the only way I got attention was just like being fun.
Right.
And it's like, and you just continue that. But that is interesting. So what was the first, what was like the first serious relationship you're in? What was that guy like? We're talking Canada.
He was a bartender, Canadian, funny.
You also grew up like in a barn, basically.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy. You guys should read Bonnie's memoir.
You're better than me.
Because we had met before I read it, but I didn't know, we weren't like good friends but at that point anyway, but I was like, oh, I was also a comedy nerd, and I was like, what the fuck? You're you're literally living in a little house. I was like, is this a joke? I honestly for a second was like, is this a bit, some meta narrative? Because you grew up like, no, there's like no electricity.
No, listen to me. When people from other cultures are like, we were poor, I'm always like,
no, truly, I feel like I can't say I was poor because of reading your book. And I grew up in Baltimore in the 90s. And I was like, I had it better than fucking Bonnie.
It's a different kind of poor. We grew up poor, like in the sticks.
Yeah.
Growing our own food.
Right.
That
That's
kind of poor.
insane.
Like 1800s poor.
No, you literally started your life. You're a time traveler, basically.
Yes,
You're literally a time traveler.
And I think it's amazing that people can, like, I'm not a hick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not at all. You would not expect it at all.
My mother is very educated.
Right. Interesting.
No, it's really, I thought a lot about this because because it's hard to get out of being poor.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, especially in that kind of thing where they're not like, they're farmers and my mom's a teacher. Like, they make a certain amount of money and that's that. And, whatever.
You're not going to randomly grow 8 times. A piece of corn isn't going to go viral and lead your corn sales through the roof. Your mom's not going to teach one dumb kid. You're not going to make one dumb kid a genius and now she gets $1 million. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we did pretty well at the county fair a couple of times. And
yeah, if you don't have a standout pig, you're fucked. If you're pig, it's so crazy that your life was affected by your livestock's performance at the county fair.
Yes.
Like, the McFarlands had a great year when a fucking donkey won.
Well, it is weird because you go, that's how. Like,
wow, can we have caramel? No, can we have sugar, Mom?
That is kind of true.
On Christmas, everyone just gets a spoonful of maple syrup. It's not even my birthday, Mom. Thanks.
But see, this is where is where your poorness is projecting. We had all the food we wanted. There was no short. I mean, it was all home.
Of course,
made. Even the ketchup was homemade.
Wow,
everything was homemade, but it was like in abundance. We had a lot.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
and
the poorness was really just like my mom made a lot of our clothes.
Right. It was. We
didn't have running water. That was the biggest thing.
That's
we didn't have running water.
I didn't even
for a long time. For a long time.
Wow, you and Eldest, who was an Albanian refugee, had a very similar first year of life.
Because my parents were poor and their house burned down before I was born. Then they had to live in a trailer for a while they were, and so it just took a long time to get it all.
Of course.
Going, and my parents never had a credit card until probably the 90s.
Wow, that's awesome. You got to respect that too, because it is like, I guess on some level is that their choice to live that way?
Well, because they're I don't know. It's so weird.
They both from, and what part of Canada are we talking about here?
We're talking northern Alberta.
Okay.
Which is another thing that, like, I mean, obviously people move there before there's electricity, but who moves to the coldest climate? And goes, it's 9 months of winter. We'll be all right. We'll make it. We'll make it. You got 10 toes. You'll be fine.
Irish? What the fuck?
Yeah,
where did they
Irish.
come from? Damn.
Irish and Scottish.
Is this straight potato famine shit where they're like, we'll take you to the tundra?
They did not care about being poor. They cared about having character, helping.
Jesus.
They were like those kind of
That's
people.
like a fucking
salt of the earth.
That's the kind of like media you're the kind of media like fucking John Wayne was raised on. It describes your father basically. Like he was reading books about guys like your dad.
Because my dad he was really good at breaking horses and riding horses and stuff. And he would take us sometimes when we were little and put us in front, his arms like this so we wouldn't fall, and go round up cows. And it was the scariest thing you've ever, because the horse would be sometimes you'd be like, it's parallel to the ground almost. It's like going at going so fast.
Because he's like trying to fucking corral the cows.
Dude, he was just able to do it, What men are like that now?
No,
I married Rich Voss.
Yeah.
Like he fixes everything with electrical
if
tape.
you want to haggle over fake silver jewelry, I'm sure you could get. I'm sure if you would go to a pawn shop and want a horseshoe pinky ring, Rich could get you a great deal on it.
I always think why it is weird. I did, and it's not like I was like, I guess I'll get married rich Voss. I was in.
I
was like, right. I was like happy to be doing it.
Right.
I was excited. I wasn't like, well, now or never.
The clock's ticking, I guess. You were head over heels.
I was head over heels. But I think it's because he was so different from my family. Because also, there's no bragging it's like modesty times 1,000 in my family. Okay. So Rich told me on our first date that we ever went on, he goes, I'm an amazing comedian.
So basically, you're just gullible. You're like, your family didn't raise you to like distrust men or double fact check people's statements, and you're like, oh wow, I'm marrying the greatest comedian who's ever lived.
Well, I will say this: he was really funny.
No, he's very. No,
I mean,
of course,
at the
of
time,
course,
I did marry the funniest person at that time.
Voss is hysterical.
He's
and
literally he'll say things that are. And also because you can say anything to him and it's not gonna. There's no being offended.
That is actually in a real way. It's like because like Voss online is one of those where like, all right, I can't look at this.
Yes,
because this isn't the guy I'm friends with. This is an insane.
I don't.
His own wife.
I had to mute him. He's not allowed to come and talk. Like there's certain words that. Because I can't do it for that long. Yeah. Like he'll tell me things that happened that against his people. Okay. And then I really do try to get in a place of
let's just say
I understand where he's coming from and all that, but I can only do it for so long.
Of course. Well, I will. Let's say much better comedian than geopolitical analyst. We will say that about Rich Voss. Not even close.
I don't want to talk to him, but I think he's addicted to his identity. So.
Beautiful.
It's not really his
I love
fault.
it. Yeah. Okay, well, Bonnie, save it for actual therapy. Let's get back to you.
I don't believe in actual therapy.
Okay, now it's starting to make sense.
This kind of craziness that Rich Voss has that I've sometimes I want to fix. Okay, and then I go, no, that's he's built his whole life on this. This is what makes him funny and who he is.
Of course.
And so
also, no disrespect. It's the clock's the deadline's ticking on making any changes.
Believe me, I've had some come to Jesus moments on that too. Wow.
Yeah, that is
radical acceptance. Here we go.
It is really interesting to think about somebody growing up like what we're talking about is like the pure. It's like you kind of are making your existence is kind of an argument. This is like what right-wing manosphere guys are saying, where it's like our beautiful farm girls are being tricked by drug-using Jews in the big cities. Crack addict Jews are stealing our Scotch-Irish farm girls. They're like, keep them in the farm. But I guess it's like...
But I do, but because I have that training, like, my daughter's now in college, so...
Yeah, which is crazy.
I went from doing everything all the time to doing nothing.
Ooh, so
I literally do nothing. We have, like, cleaners come in. I don't make anybody's dinner. I just make mine.
Totally.
That's
Yeah.
And Rich will sometimes get upset about it, or whatever. But when Rich is upset about the division of labor, I always go, because he's basically getting upset by. He thinks that he's doing the same amount as me. But really, I was doing so much more.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, you were working 3 jobs.
Yes.
And then 2 are gone, and now you have 1 job, he has 1 job, but it's like, hey, what the hell? You're working 2 less jobs. I'm working the same amount of jobs.
Yeah.
I understand that.
But he thinks, like, I always say, like, what if it was, like, because if I make dinner, then I have to clean it up, too.
Yeah.
I go, what if
I love that you're like, can I fix his fundamental problems? You can't even figure out dishes.
I know.
Versus you can't even figure out splitting dishes and cooking.
No, but it is true. He'll argue as hard about not doing dishes as he will in favor of Netanyahu. He's like, that's his real passion.
Of course. Just that actually makes someone addicted to arguing.
Yeah.
Genocide is like the most primo shit. It's like pure uncut rage, and like you can really get in deep. And I bet you were seeing a lot of that for a lot of people right now.
That's what I think is happening for a lot of people. They already have the rage inside them, and now they have something they can place it on.
Yeah, it's kind of like the extension of like road rage was like actual physical. Everyone is so isolated, and then when they finally interact, you see these violent outbursts because our society is so fucking atomized, and you don't ever think of yourself in a community. And now it's like we I guess there it is kind of like all this fucking online trolling shit or just arguing is an extension of that.
Yes.
Everyone is it's even more than road rage. You don't even see the person in your car. You're just on your phone, on your fucking computer. But it's the same thing where it's like, let's up the stakes.
Yeah.
Let's go from a fender bender to pulling a gun out on the highway. And now it's like, let's accuse these people of being rapists.
Yes.
And by the way, a lot of them actually are. That's the hard part is when you're arguing with literal pedophile apologists. And you're like, fuck. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're on the side of pure evil, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk. Do you ever get the desire to?
We went through a lot.
Do you ever get the desire? Do you ever get the desire to like make a apple pie all day, like it's back, like you're 7?
Yes, yes.
You know,
I do some soups.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, my family stopped speaking to me when I went vegan, but
yeah, I mean, there's no way to even get. When did you even conceptualize vegetarianism? Because
oh no, very early.
Oh really?
This is
because you're on a farm and you're falling in love with the animals.
I was in charge of I don't know, because I wanted my dad's approval. I guess I would always choose to kill the chickens. That would be. Also, I didn't like chickens.
Okay, me neither.
So you have to cut the heads off chickens. So I would do that. And I remember sort of dealing with some internal conflicts.
And this is how old are you?
I'm probably between 8 and 15 is
awesome.
this right on. Okay.
A fucking 8-year-old getting a fucking machete down on a chicken's neck.
It's so easy. You get a wire coat hanger and you straighten it, and then you put a hook on it, like you're gonna get a car door open, and then you go in and it'll grab one of the legs, right? So you go in like that, and the leg gets in and can't get out, and then you just throw it down on the block, and in your other hand, so you throw it down.
Yep.
And in your other hand, you have this little axe. Boom.
Hell yeah.
And sometimes you miss and you just get half their head.
Oh shit.
Oh no, things get ugly. And
chicken brains must be small as hell, huh?
And
do you remember?
Yeah,
they gotta be so little.
They're disgusting animals.
They're so gross.
I can't even believe people eat them. It's just,
well, they're pretty tasty, but yeah, they are gross.
They're full of
and they're mean.
lice and grossness. Yeah, and they flap around and everything gets.
So then the first thing was discussed?
Then one time I said.
So you were grossed out by the chicken? Is that why you didn't?
No, at that time I wasn't really grossed out. I just was thinking about things. And I remember at dinner, I don't even remember why I brought it up. I just said one time, and it was probably 10 or 11. I said, I go, isn't it weird that we haven't evolved? By the way, I'm eating meat at this time.
Yeah.
I go, isn't it weird that we didn't evolve past eating meat?
Yeah.
And it was like I just told the whole family
They're
I was trans
evolution's
or
not real.
Yeah.
Read the Bible. Yeah.
It was like, this is our livelihood.
Oh wow.
God.
So that really meat eating. Are you serious about them not they cut you off when you didn't eat? No.
They're fine.
Okay.
But
cool.
they do a little.
But they were pissed at you. You must have always been the weird one in the family, right? Is everybody else still on the farm? What are they doing?
Yeah, they live in Canada. They're very my sister works. She's the head of a charity, and my other sister is on the school board or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're very successful.
Yeah.
And they still they plant garden. They're they're always sending these pictures. It's so funny. They always send these pictures of they'll make 80 jars of tomato something or a salsa, and send the pictures of all the jars neatly done. You're like, that took days. To do.
But they got salsa for the year.
Yeah, but they do it all the time. Then the next weekend it'll be pickles, it'll be whatever, and
Yeah, there is something to.
I'm like, you guys looked at my stories.
Sometimes
I bought new shoes.
I didn't make them at all. I could, if something happens to them, I'm fucked. But I sometimes do think the happiest you are is when you're just kind of filling your time up with existing.
Yes.
And filling your time up with just doing everything you're doing the best way you can and not worrying about what comes next and
That's what this consciousness podcast was talking about. That the best thing, because they're saying consciousness is outside of your body, or at least that's a working theory that they have. And so you've got your brain is actually just a what do you call it? Like a radio thing. Like it just
an antenna.
Yes, it just picks up
consciousness.
It picks up the thoughts and the consciousness.
Oh, that's fascinating.
And so the best place
from fucking where? Where the fuck is my consciousness?
It's here. It's all over. It's all over. It's just that it's because like, have you ever done ayahuasca or anything?
No, I've done mushrooms, but nothing.
Well, they're saying like basically you're somewhere you have a very small hole opening for consciousness. Okay. Because you can't handle it. You can't handle all the consciousness.
I love.
You can't handle everything. You can only just see what you're.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
Instead
bit.
of having, you're talking about being essentially an omniscient narrator for the entirety of existence.
Yes.
We would, our brains would explode if we had that ability.
You couldn't get all the information.
So they give us one POV.
But then when you take ayahuasca or mushrooms, it opens it a little bit more. So that's why. It's more
poppers for your brain,
or you can see other entities or whatever, because it's it's not one place in time. It's everything.
Oh, it's everything that's ever happened.
Yes.
Interesting. I don't think that is true at all, or I don't really follow. It's fun to think about, but I just think we just have something in our brain, you know.
But don't you think when you're on stage, because this is the only reason I'm interested, is just because I'm always like.
For the craft
with stand-up, yeah. I mean, the only reason I'm spiritual is because it mirrors stuff that you do on stage.
It's so fucking funny, and I mean, you talk about how you're attracted to like people who are funny, and like all you're thinking about spirituality because of stand-up. Yeah. And I want to make fun of you, but I'm the exact same way. where it's like I want to, but I'm like it is pathetic. Sometimes I think like how much, and we're making fun of Rich for his being an identity, but it's like my identity is comedian.
Yes.
Straight up, the more I think about it, the more I'm getting these, you know, it's like, what do I want to be? What do I want to do? And I'm like, I really just want to, I'll do other shit. Look, you put me in more fucking Oscar movies, I'll be in more Oscar movies.
With fun people.
But what I love and what I think about is stand-up. And it is very funny because I've had that same thought about like, I'm interested to hear your take about the like consciousness thing, but for me, it's more about stand-up has opened me up to energy. Like, because I do think sometimes, especially on this hour, which by now has been recorded and we're very happy with it.
No tags,
it all went great, everything, no problems whatsoever. But
it records like the next day somebody goes, hey, I thought of a tag where that joke.
I'm so pissed. Yeah,
I will kill you.
It sucks because also something has happened to me now where I'm done. Like we went on this bus run and in actuality, we'll level with you folks. This comes out right after the special, so it doesn't really matter. We're about to do the special, and I just went on a bus run, and the last day of the last bus run, I was like, I love the order. I love everything. Like, this is great. Or maybe like there was the second to last show, I was like, locked in. This is exactly how I want to do it. Maybe up, you know, obviously you play with wording here or there, but I'm like, it's locked in. And the second I locked it in, and I was like, I'm committed to this. It was the most fun thing in the world, and it became fun again.
Yes.
And now I'm like, wait, I have to record this and never do it again after.
Yes,
like,
yes,
I've
yes.
just started. Now I'm in a place of fun with it, where it's like I know it works, and now it's like let's explore, let's see. And I'm like, I know if I had even 2 more months, it would be better. But you can't. You'll drive yourself crazy constantly,
right?
You know. But yeah. Anyway, so I really have gotten onto that, whereas I'm like, because like. Some of the hour's gotten so much better in the last 2 weeks, and it's not even about, it's really about how I say certain things or my facial expressions or how quickly coming off the end of another joke I get into, or the way I get into my setup.
The setup's everything.
In between
everything.
And it's and it's just like, I'm like this, if I read these words, and this is me, it's not like I'm having somebody else do my act. Just me by degrees this much has made the hour so much better. And I'm like, and that's 1,000 people. It's not like I'm like kind of pushing one person's button. A collective crowd has some kind of identity, which is bizarre. All that can be is energy. And I'm like, that. Yeah. So anyway, that has got me.
But it's because the energy of you going, got it. That projects to them somehow.
And it just has opened me up to like being like, to thinking many things that we don't that we think are inconsequential matter so much, and we have no idea about what actually matters.
That's why I think I have a joke about it in my act, but it's like, don't talk about your trauma so much, because that trauma leakage is what art is. You know what I mean? So just let it
out. Yeah,
I really
agree.
try to let my subconscious, because your subconscious, like if you ever write a joke and you use the word cabbage for no fucking reason, do you know what I mean, or whatever, and it gets a huge laugh, and then later you think about it and you go, why am I saying that? Let me put something in that actually makes sense in some way, and then it never gets the laugh. It's because your subconscious knows what it's doing at times, you know?
Yeah.
So
subconscious is a whole other thing that I think I really believe
this is what
in
I think happens on stage when you're doing crowd work. Like, I'm as interested to find out what's going to come out as anyone. I don't know what's happening. I'm not sitting there thinking like, I'm going to talk to this person. I'm going to ask him what his job is. He's going to tell me construction. And then I have these 3 jokes that I'm going to say about construction. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm not scared of it, and I don't care if it works or not.
Exactly.
So then it's like easy to just go in there and just let this thing do its job. Does that? Yeah. I know I sound like I'm so crazy.
No, I actually know what you mean on this, where I think in particular, because I'm the same way with crowd work, it's like sometimes shit just doesn't work, but I'm not looking to kill. I'm looking to have an interesting interaction with someone.
Yes.
And there's something interesting from a performance standpoint for the audience, I think, or just, again, energetically, where it's like, we are all, because the fun of stand-up usually is, or a joke is just you trick. It's basically a trick.
Right.
People think it's going one way, it goes another way.
Yes, right.
We're all now eligible to be tricked or delighted or surprised. Even me. It does become, even the performer, when I say me, it does become like a collective thing where now we're all waiting to see what happens.
Yes,
and that's kind of fun. And maybe that's a little bit of the secret to fucking why a bunch of my bullshit crowd work stuff was going viral 2 or 3 years ago, because that was the energy for me, was like, let's see what the fuck happens with this lunatic, you know?
But online I do see a certain thing that works, and it's like, now I'm gonna get, am I too crazy?
No, it's all good. Go crazy.
I could see like,
and I can tell they're sending me subliminal messages through their crowd work clips.
I mean,
they're telling me to assassinate Benjamin Netanyahu.
I'm gonna go with Rich to Israel.
I'm gonna.
I'm what they call the honeypot or whatever.
I don't know if you're gonna beat Israel at the honeypot game. They got that boy Kash Patel in a fucking blender right now.
Oh my God,
he's drunk as fuck.
Understand what's
he's
happening.
Fucking his Mossad issued girlfriend, and they can't find him anywhere. Anyway, whatever. This episode is brought to you by Visible. Spring is in the air. You know what I mean? The birds are chirping. We're wearing tank tops again. We got the shorts out. We got the thighs out. It's time for some spring cleaning. We're cleaning out that garage and finally tossing those mystery cords. But while you're clearing out that junk drawer, take a look at your wireless bill. You're going to find junk of all sorts. Don't fall for the wireless traps, tacked on fees, confusing bills, and empty promises. Join Visible and cut out the nonsense. With Visible, you get unlimited 5G data and hotspot on Verizon's network for one flat cost, just $25 a month. Taxes and fees included. It's everything you need and nothing you don't. Plus, for a limited time, new members can get the Visible plan for just $20 a month for 1 year using code FRESHSTART. Refresh your wireless bill with Visible. Clean up that wireless bill, man. It's spring clean that baby. Switch now at Visible.com. Terms apply. Limited time offer subject to change. See Visible.com for plan, features, and network management details. What's the insane thing you were going to say?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't remember what we're talking about, but
it's interesting though, because what you're talking about is you kind of have, it almost feels like benevolent rebellion, where it doesn't seem like were you like a fuck you mom and dad kid when you left, or were you just like, you know what, I want to go to a city?
No, yes, I was definitely like, I wasn't like fuck you mom and dad, but I did spend a lot of time. They were angry at me a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Because
they didn't understand you probably.
I kept bringing up like why did you guys choose this? Like, I didn't understand. Like, I love my parents. I really do. And I always have. They're lovely, lovely people.
But they were born there, right? Or no?
Well, they were born into this kind of life, but
Right.
they moved from Saskatchewan to Alberta.
Oh,
and
wow. Saskatchewan was like the happening
Saskatchewan was
metropolis.
well, people in
That's the one that you
Saskatchewan,
wish you
yes.
grew up in?
Yes.
That's fucking
Yes.
crazy.
Because Saskatchewan was like a farming, it was southern Saskatchewan, it was a little warmer, and it was a farming community.
Yeah.
We moved to like
the Miami of Canada, Saskatchewan.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it gets up to zero.
Yes.
It gets up to zero here.
Yes.
I'm in my short sleeves.
Yes. I don't know. They like hard things. I guess they feel good about, like, I wrote about this in my book.
Of course, check it out.
They would play we'd play board games after a long day of work, and a lot of times we had a lot of board games to choose from, but a lot of times whoever was in charge of choosing the board game would choose the game Farm. Okay.
So you're literally
And
farming all day.
I would be like, "What, guys? What are we doing?" And they'd be like, "Do you want to sell your pigs or not?"
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
My
Roll.
role. And it's like, I just had this, I always think of like, I have like an irony detector or something. And then like, I would bring stuff up. And
That
they
is
would, like,
funny. Yeah. To be like, you don't understand this is objectively funny.
Right.
That we
No,
just milked cows for fucking 12 hours. And now we're rolling a dice to
Yes.
see how many cows we milked, how many fake cows we milked. Like,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
But they were just there. But again, I guess it's like, that is how most people lived for
I think they
until
like to make
now.
their world small. Then it feels safer.
Right, exactly.
And you know those things, and you're very like.
But also, it's safer, but it's also.
Well, we're doing it with comedy.
I envy that. Like, there is something
Yes.
to that where I'm like, wait, that is just how you should live.
Right.
It because even the and maybe it's a cop out for how much we see, where it's like being aware of what everyone in the world is doing is so clearly bad for you.
Right.
And it's like, what is. And then you get into these existential questions of what is the purpose of existence?
Yeah.
And it's
Oh my
like,
God, this
is
is my
it
life.
just to have a fucking, to just raise? Because on some level you could say that exactly how your parents lived or chose to live, because it sounds like it was a conscious decision
It was
to
a
almost
conscious
to go
decision.
back,
Yes,
to kind of turn the
yes,
clocks
yes.
back and be like,
to be.
we don't appreciate how society is going.
But my dad was the primary engine for that. He wanted to live off the grid. He
Yeah.
didn't want government taking his guns.
Yeah. I
or,
mean,
like.
And you understand that because you're
Right.
just like, especially, even as somebody who I think I would probably like to do a simpler version of a more communal style of living. Like but I'd like to go back to something more, kind of more simple, but it's like, you get where that's coming from. Cause your dad, like you said, you were poor, but you had food. You did everything you needed to do.
Yes,
you
right,
could do
right.
without.
And you had to learn this lesson of like, well, you just had to like, there was no trying harder than you'd normally try because the weather was just going to be what the weather was. Do you know what I
Yes,
mean? So you just had to be like, well, if it doesn't freeze early, we'll be able to go on vacation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or whatever.
There's
like,
no ifs. There's just what is.
Yes.
There is no working in theoreticals. There's just, we have to get these things done.
Yes.
And I think that's a freeing thing. There's the argument that we just having anxiety is fake.
Yes.
Because it's like we never should be in a position to think for longer than, an hour because
people,
most of
people
humanity.
don't think, and that's why they get anxiety too. Like, I was thinking about the other day, like, you just never see anyone sitting around thinking.
Yeah.
You never see it.
Yeah.
Like, and I was thinking, like, it's kind of funny because if you did see, you'd be like, wow, that's amazing. Look at that person just sitting
That's a
there.
philosopher.
Yes. But in the olden days, people would be like, get up and do something.
Yeah. The way now watching a movie feels like being, it's like,
Yes.
oh, I'm off my phone.
Yes.
I watched a bigger screen.
Like, you could just sit there and do nothing, and people are like, wow.
But that's
'Cause
true.
people sit on planes now and they raw dog it.
The raw
and they're
dog,
like,
the raw dog. I don't appreciate that. I love a plane because it feels like the one place you're allowed to turn your brain
yes,
off.
that's what I just scroll the whole
I
time.
scroll, play. I love getting stupid mini games like playing Plants versus Zombies
Yes,
or like
yes.
some kind of bullshit game.
Water sort.
Water Sword. Okay, I'll check it out. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I do think I think my fake idealized version of simple stuff is like beachside,
Right.
like, Greek island, like just fucking fishing. You know what I mean? But I know what I'm imagining is basically a vacation. It's not,
Right, but
when
the
you
thing is-
actually have to live that way, it sounds horrible.
Right. Okay, but my dad loved it. Like his passion was getting up, being with animals, like
Yeah.
tasting the dirt to see what the acidity was or whatever the fuck he did. You know what I mean? It was like he really loved it. So it wasn't really work to him in that way.
It was
like,
just being.
Like people will pay, in my town, my friend sent her daughter to this thing where you pay to go work on a farm. I was like, I gotta tell my parents this.
Tell your parents will be like, "Are you fucking
Are you
kidding
fucking
me?"
kidding me? But it's like, because
That's
we do
so
actually like crave that. It's like you said before, when you're just doing something sort of like with your hands and your brain's going, like even just walking your dog in the woods.
Yeah.
It's like it's so therapeutic.
But even my version of like, there was like a period of the pandemic that I liked because you kind of had, once you could go outside again and you could shop again,
Right.
It became like fill up your days with meaning instead of
Yes.
going crazy.
Yes.
And there was like a 6-month period where I lived like a housewife from the 40s, where I went to the butcher, I went to the fresh produce market.
Yeah.
I cleaned I woke up every morning,
you had
I
time to
cleaned.
actually do-
You know what I mean? And I planned out my stuff and I worked and I was just like, even though shopping for the day took me 3 hours because I went to fucking
Yes.
I walked across the entire
Yes,
neighborhood. I could have gone to a supermarket. I could have ordered, if we're being honest.
Right.
But it was like, that's as close as I'll ever get to farming, is going to 3 different stores for
Going to
fucking
the farmer's
going to the farmers going to 2 different farmers markets to me counts as farming, as
but-
working the earth, as opposed to just being like 40 chicken wings. To me that felt like me reconnecting. So I guess it's all relative. If you're
but I do
you're a
think
city
that's
hick,
like something.
totally. Whatever your version of it is, I think everybody kind of wants to go to turn it back a little bit. I think
Yes.
we're at the first point in society, I don't know. This is what's podcasting for than making completely insane claims you haven't even thought about for 1 second. You're just on a roll with your friend in your living room. And you're
I
know
heard
what I think
another
about
podcast
society?
about this.
Yeah. But I think we're at the first, and maybe this is not true because there were probably people who were scared of the future. But at least for me, and maybe this is just getting old, I don't know. It does feel like the future is scary, or when people think of the future, kind of across the board, no one's that pumped.
Yes,
like there's
right.
not like there's no optimism. There's no
Right.
like when I was growing up, it was like, we're gonna have fucking flying cars and
Yes, right.
and computers and we can
We'll have a
look
base
at,
on the moon.
yeah. And now it's like, actually, you never even have to have conscious thought.
Right.
You can just ask.
Yes.
Your phone will tell you you're handsome and a genius.
Yes.
And it will
Yes.
order your food for you, and it'll
Yes.
take
Yes.
that pesky problem of thought. You want to talk about consciousness? Now people are surrendering their consciousness
Right.
to
The one thing they've
it's not even
got.
working.
Yes.
It's not even working.
I
It's
know.
like it doesn't do anything. Anyway, so it's like I do feel like there is a huge across the board, no matter what type of person you are, because I feel like I want to become a Luddite, and I've lived in a city I've lived in Baltimore, and I moved to New York, and even when I could have left and gone anywhere like last year, I was like, no, fuck it, I'm staying in New York because I thought about any place I wanted to live in America, back home, Austin, LA, wherever the fuck, and I was like, no. It's expensive, but I fucking love it. I love being around this many people.
Yes.
But even me, somebody who objectively would die if the grid collapses, I'm not farming, I'm not doing anything. Even I want to be like, I need to go fucking be in the nature for like.
You gotta get a little nature.
I should have to earn something. Like I should have to at least cook my meal. I should at least have to go buy it. You know what I mean? Even if I'm not fucking farming or whatever. But I don't know.
I do think I mean this is crazy because I'm a vegan,
Yeah.
but I think like I think people should have to go kill their own food every once in a while.
I agree.
I just think like you need that connection of what you're doing because like the chicken wings thing. I think about this. It's like people will order a fucking plate of chicken wings and eat 4 of them, and I'm like, that's 15 fucking chickens there that you just killed for what? So you could just have the smell at your table.
How many between me and Elders? There have been evenings where 80 chickens have died, perished to feed me and my friends.
And you're not thinking about it.
No.
And I'm not saying I'm not telling anyone to eat meat or not eat meat. That's not my thing. I'm just saying, like, just think about it once in a while. Like, this was a living thing. Like, at least have appreciation that's giving your brain some juice that it needs to go out in the world and do some good or something.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't know.
To do some good.
I know. Even though.
It is an astounding number of, I think that's why, I think, and you know what's funny though? I looked into this. I think even worse than that is chicken feet. Because in China, it crushes chicken feet. And I think that's part of, I was reading something, again, we're just doing classic podcasting, where it's like, I think I remember this, where it's like, even part of why chicken wings are viable is because there's so much waste from chicken feet that they kind of go hand in hand, where it's like, Chinese people love chicken feet the way we fucking crush wings.
Wow.
And what do we got there, producer Eldest? Anything? God forbid you fucking know how to Google, you piece of shit.
It is so weird when you're like, what is the most common food? It's chicken feet.
Yeah. It's some shit. It's just not that. Yeah, America is not driving that.
I mean, they still eat dog meat in certain countries.
I remember it's fucking crazy.
But I don't see like people won't eat dog because they have a dog in their house or in their life, and they go,
if it was delicious, I would eat dog. I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Well, people always say that. They go, I can't stop eating meat. It's so good. And I'm like, what if baby tasted that good? Would you eat it?
Probably.
A lot of people apparently do.
Our society is run by people who would babies. Is eat that much like truly, when you start fucking babies, is eat
that's crazy.
That much different? It's and we are just ruled by them, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like, still, right now, they're just not releasing the full Epstein files.
I don't get why any of it got released at all. If the elites are in charge, why would they let it go to this level even? Because they're trying to, what the fuck are they covering up?
I think
that they're using, like, we're all files as the distraction.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, because there's also, you'll just see online where it's like another scientist has been killed.
Yes.
And again, I don't know if that's true or not.
I know. I don't do any research.
I've done no research.
These are all actors. I guess they are.
But how funny would it be if Trump was like a martyr who had to pretend to be a to save us from an alien invasion or something? Like, what if because they keep talking about people who've made connections to aliens keep getting killed. It's like, what if they are just hiding some crazy shit? But I just think it's not that if they could hide all of it, they would. I just think there is some still semblance of like there's this much journalism and this much investigation in this country.
Savannah Guthrie can't tell us what happened to her mom.
That's true.
I mean, I've been making a joke about it, but it's like, why is she allowed to still be a journalist?
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, that happened in your immediate family.
If you went to a chef's house and they made you a shitty peanut butter and jelly, you'd be like, I'm not coming to your restaurant.
Yeah, come on,
I can't even figure this shit out.
No, I don't think they do any journalisming anymore.
There's
and the
very
minute
little.
that you get close to something, they shut you down. Mm-hmm. You go on Instagram, you go, I could be unalived.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's fascinating too that they say unalived. They're not scared of telling secrets, but they're scared of the algorithm.
Yeah, they get
They
traffic.
can't I'll get killed by the government, but if the algorithm
I can't get a dip in my fucking ad revenue.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I'll die for this, but I will not have a hit in my traffic.
Yes.
I sold a lot of ads this month. Yeah, I do really resent how they basically have tricked us all into just censoring ourselves. And that's another problem with depending on the internet. And I'm trying to figure out, that's why live performance is still the best. And I want to do certain stuff that never goes online. I think I do want to do some stuff. I think
putting your phone in a bag and doing stand-up is the best.
The bag is nice.
It's not even just to not be recorded. It's just now you can't look at your phone.
Yeah.
Now that's
there is
done.
Definitely a different energy to those bagged shows.
Yeah.
I will say. But I don't know. It's
And I love using the N-word. You know?
Yeah, when it's bagged up, Bonnie lets it fly.
The minute I hear that there's bags,
yeah.
boom. Get some blackface happening.
Yeah, of course. To do your closer, to do your Fox Nation bit, your Fox Nation, your stand-up special.
Gutfeld,
what fucking Rob, our boy, the animal. Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
Yeah. They're putting
he took a pretty big hit even from the right.
Yeah.
They were like, no, we don't think he's funny either.
Wow, dude, that's tough.
I know.
Watching Gutfeld's awesome because it's like, you're basically like, everyone here is just pretending this is funny. Everyone involved is like, we all know this sucks. Because I met my first ever true Gutfeld listener, and it made so much sense who these people are.
Okay, who are they?
This Christmas I went on I'd had like I've been struggling with my health for my whole life basically, and I was very stressed out. The fall was much more stressful than I thought it was going to be. I wanted to lose a bunch of weight. I wanted to get way healthier this fall, and I just had too much shit going on. And so I was like, all right, for the holidays I'm going to this health retreat. I'm just gonna I'll see my family before, but the holidays always fuck me up. I always get too high. I eat like shit. So Christmas through New Year's, I'm going to this fancy health retreat in Arizona,
Ooh.
Right? And it was nice.
Sedona?
No, I don't remember. It was in Tucson, but it was nice. And it was exactly what I needed. And it was very meditative. You want to talk about no phone? I was going on these long walks.
Silent?
It wasn't silent, but it was I just put my phone away.
Right.
I journal. I got into meditate. I had a great time. But you think about who the other people at a, holiday health retreat are.
Yeah.
And it's mostly, because this was one of those, it's mostly old people who kind of are retired and kind of live there now, right?
Oh.
So you would get old people and then their young relatives.
It's cheaper than a.
Well, they're just so rich.
I know, but old people they take cruises for the rest of their life because it's cheaper than being in an old folks home.
This is basically a cruise for them, a cruise on land, right? Where it's the things dry, and I had a great time. It was like camp. But you could do whatever you wanted whenever. It's as a little kid when you're I'll go to the swimming pool and then I'll get lunch, I'll get a snack and then I'll go,
and
whatever.
Then what was the food like?
It was fucking great. It was healthy and good. Right. So that's kind of their whole thing. Is it's a vacation, but you actually can be healthier.
You love a chef that just did that for you.
It was
like making you Gwyneth Paltrow style food every day. Oh.
That truly is I got to get to that level.
Yes.
I got to get to the fucking. I got to have somebody just cook me healthy shit, but. And most of it was old ass motherfuckers and their family would come and visit, or you would get the occasional old guy and an obvious sugar baby, you know what I mean? You get some of that. But or you would get the only other single people were newly divorced, women who girl bosses who were trying to get their life back together, who were trying to lean in and have it all, and it went bad, and now they're trying to put the pieces together.
God.
But anyway, good for them. Met some great people, whatever. There was one old guy who was so fucking annoying, and he wouldn't shut the fuck up. And he's oh, you look like, he told some black guy that he looks like Titus.
Oh, God.
And I was like, who? And he was like, yeah, Titus from the Gutfeld program. And then he starts talking about how much he loves Gutfeld.
I didn't even know who the Titus was. I just knew it was racist.
Professional wrestler, I think, or whatever. Yeah, some fucking guy on there. I think he's a Fox News personality. Anyway, this guy, over the course of this discussion, made it very clear he was a really big Gutfeld fan. Oh. But also he had...
That is kind of an odd
He's
pairing.
He's an 80-year-old, super good... And then I'm like, who the fuck... And he was so annoying and and insulting people, telling me to get a haircut and lose some weight. I barely know this guy. I'm literally in a waiting room with this guy, and he's sexually harassing the nurses. He's fucking telling me I'm too, literally making a comment on everyone, talking about how what a good time he had serving in the Navy, and it's 60 years ago, and I'm like, this guy's fucking annoying, and then he starts talking about. He's talking to the one nurse who's humoring him, and he's like, you know why we're here. We begged our children to come visit us for Christmas, but another Christmas they wouldn't come. Then we said, well, why don't we take you guys on vacation? We'll pay for a vacation. We'll do whatever. And then it was like, well, so nobody wanted to spend time with us. So we just figured we'd spend Christmas here. And it was like, so Gutfeld fans, what Gutfeld is basically just like daycare programming.
Oh my
for
God.
the abandoned for the elderly that are so conservative they've turned off their entire family, and it's like all they have is, and it's just
they got this family now.
It's just noise. That guy doesn't have a sense of humor,
right?
And it's like that whole show is like, let's pretend, let's do all the signifiers of late night TV, and let's say highest watch show, but it's like the people watching it are sundowning. There's not a single person who watches it, and they only go to be like, we went to they go to own the libs. It's all like everything is participatory.
Yes.
There's no doing culture because you enjoy it.
Right.
It used to be even fucking conservative people would watch a gay show or something.
Right.
Or they'd watch like
no, it's become
they'd
so
love Liberace or whatever.
Yes,
you know what I mean? It's like, wow, you know what? It doesn't matter. This shit's fucking boring. Nobody really gives a fuck about us talking about.
I know. It's like I'm the least informed person on the planet.
Yeah.
By the way, I feel like I flex with people like when I don't know stuff. I feel like I don't know it.
I don't know that.
I don't know about that. I haven't been on my phone. Okay.
I don't care at all. Actually,
I've been reading books.
I just think it's baseline bad when we're clearly doing, where we clearly don't even, where we barely adhere to the Constitution, which I don't even give a fuck about. That's the other thing. Well, you're making me care about the fucking Constitution.
I know.
I don't
make
fucking
me bring
care.
up stupid shit.
I don't fucking care. But it's like, anyway, and it was actually.
But why
I'm gonna stop.
don't we just do what we want? Like, why don't we just do what we want?
What do you mean by that?
Like, why doesn't everyone just do what they want? I don't
mean
get
anarchy?
like. Yes, like I'm amazed, even in driving, that people. I would say almost everyone is. There's a couple of fucking assholes that drive on the shoulder, but look at how many people,
That's
even
a good point.
assholes, even jerks, they're not driving on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I mean, I just think I think
You're
and that's,
just doing what society tells you to do all the time. Why? If we all just started driving where we wanted, they wouldn't be able to do anything about it. I'm not saying it's a good. I'm not saying it's a good system, but I'm just saying like it's so weird. We're
well, that I think
we're in a thing where we could just do whatever we want.
But that's I think I mean that's a positive. It's like you could go into a grocery store and just fucking, you know what I mean? Like go in there and be like, fuck you, just like take it. Yeah. Sure.
I only have empty bags when I leave.
I like a little snack from the hot bar.
Yeah.
But there's something nice about that where it's like I do think humans have the ability to actually be communal.
Yes.
And that's truly the actual solution is like just like everyone is just so we've been isolated by, you know, like nobody wants you to be in a actual livable community. There's no public transit. There's no actual cities in America. There's no communal spaces. American culture basically tells you got to leave your family the second you turn 18.
Yes.
It's a culture that over the last 30 years has been completely atomized and made us all feel like, you know, single people you'd have no empathy for somebody that's different than you.
Right.
And it's like, but when you put people together,
it
works.
Yes.
People like being around each other. People like, you know, communal, caring about their neighbors.
I think stand-up is so important. I know this sounds absolutely batshit, but because people don't go to movies really anymore, it's like movies are being made for very specific audiences.
Yeah, true. That's good.
But stand-up, a lot of times, like if you're just, like if you're performing at the stand, you're the first thing that they haven't attracted.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
That is
like
true.
your ideas it's like a chance to hear something they don't normally hear.
And it's in person and it's completely.
And it's with other people who are laughing and responding, and they're like, I just think it's not. It used to happen a lot more often where people would get together and exchange ideas and laugh, and now it's very segregated in a way.
I know, and it even just like that is true. We've backed into kind of being even making comedy movies again. It's like I think that's a fun collective experience where it's like going into a fucking theater and like action and like laughing with other people.
There's something that like even when if I look at a comment like you know, there was watching this cooking thing and this girl, she went to put oil in and she had a bowl of oil and she put it in and then I just was like, it's got to be bowl of oil comments, and they're all bowl of oil comments, and it made me feel good. It's like, oh, humanity, we're all together on this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
we all noticed the bowl.
We all noticed the bowl of oil, and I was like, I felt connected. You know,
I feel no connection with comments or like that. To me, doesn't feel like being with people.
Sometimes I read a comment that's so funny. And I just go, wow. Like, there's just like funny people out there.
Yeah, but I would rather have that interaction. You know what I mean?
Course,
and that's why
of course.
and maybe that's why streaming is now so big, is because it's the only way to make it feel like there's actual people there.
Right.
Because it's the same stuff. It's still a screen, but there's the immediacy of, that person is physically chatting with you. I think that's probably why that shit's taking off now, because it combines the immediacy of the medium, or like it kind of makes up for how impersonal the medium is by knowing everyone's there at the same time. Aura Frame is the perfect Mother's Day gift to capture the chaos you put her through and the memories that came with it. Make a meaningful impression with a gift that feels personal from the very first second. You can put photos in there before the frame even ships. They can come preloaded, so it arrives with these beautiful memories. And you could throw a custom message in there, too, for an extra special unboxing moment. Thoughtful, ready to enjoy, and uniquely tailored. It's a gift that instantly feels one of a kind. You know, growing up, it was very chaotic in my home. Me and my brothers wouldn't know how to act. We got around the camera. We were doing silly stuff. We were, summertime. We're, putting hot dogs in our mouths and doing cannonballs. Can you imagine? That's just a little taste of the crazy type of stuff, chaos, on our mother's Aura Frame right now. Named #1 by Wirecutter, you can save on the gifts moms love by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $25 off their best-selling Carver matte frame with code Stavvy. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code Stavvy. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Look, we can have media theory all we want. What we really need to do is solve the problems of our callers, Bonnie.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot about that.
No,
part.
it's okay. Eldest, let's take some calls here, buddy.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Hi, Stavvy. I'm calling in for advice about my boyfriend.
Okay.
Are these live
We've
calls?
been together.
Voicemails.
Well, we were hooking up and we were hanging out like a long time before we were together.
Nice.
We worked together at a restaurant, and that's how we met. And
So far,
We were
two
hooking-
humongous strikes so far.
Yes, right.
For relationships working is
I
the
know.
on again, off again hookup and then like you worked at a restaurant where everybody just sucks and fucks each other. But
I know.
anyway, go ahead. We'll hear you out.
we were hooking up and hanging out for like almost a year before we made it official. But we decided to be in a committed long-term relationship since about October.
November, December, January, February.
Yeah, so we've known
5
each
months.
other for a long time. Things are good. This is the healthiest relationship I've ever been in.
Nice.
Oh boy, she's got some
I
problems.
feel like we're doing really well, but I do have a couple concerns.
Yeah, you're probably
One
right.
is that I haven't met any of his family yet. I still live with my parents, so it's
okay,
different.
okay.
Like, he
How
knows
old
my
are they?
family.
They got to be early 20s, right? She doesn't say, but
Because-
it feels like it.
He's here all the time. He just moved back in with his family recently, like
They're
very
either in their
recently,
early
a couple
20s or
weeks
this
ago.
is the saddest call
I
we've
know
ever
this
gotten.
is like we were living in a basement suite, and then
All right. What
Okay.
else? What else
And
you
I still
got?
haven't met them. We've talked about it, and I've like voiced to him
boot.
that
Maybe one of
I'm
yours.
upset about it.
Boot
And
again.
I know
he
it's
said he's gonna
Canadian,
change
right?
Must
it,
be.
but he hasn't made any moves to do so, and I'm starting to get concerned. I'm trying to give him a grace period of moving into his parents, and I hope that by the time he's fully moved in, then I'll be able to go over there. But I just don't understand why he's so weird about it.
Why are you so weird about it?
Yeah.
And
Why
it's
do you
kinda
want to meet
starting
the
to
parents
scare
so
me,
bad?
That's a great point.
especially with the fact that he hasn't said, I love you yet. I said I love you one time when we were fighting. And
When you were fighting.
I think he said that he wanted to say it back or
Oh, brother.
something like
These are
that.
just
He hasn't-
22-year-olds.
This is so
This is just
fascinating.
being 22. This is so fucking funny.
But it is wild to not like if I don't understand where you don't talk like she's like I want to meet his parents, he hasn't brought it up. Why wouldn't you just be like, hey, I'm coming with you, I'm gonna go to your house?
Because she's a child.
And
She's
then if he goes no, then you have a fight about it and then you break up. I mean
right. But you're talking about, again, this is just your plain farm farm style communication upbringing. You know, there's no conceit, there's no anything, there's no stewing, there's no big city East Coast is stewing instead of talking about it.
Does he laugh at your jokes?
Yeah. Does she have any more?
She has a little bit. She just says she doesn't want to keep bringing it up and feel like a nag.
So not really.
Yeah.
This is just being a little ass kid, basically. This is just being early 20s.
Right.
So for me, I will say, and again, we're assuming they're in their early 20s, maybe they're in their mid 20s, who knows? Maybe.
This would be a completely different conversation if they were in their 40s.
If they're, even starting at 30, this is a crazy conversation.
Yes.
But in your 20s, at some point, at some level of being immature and poor, whatever the fuck, I get it, right? I will say, if I were a guy who was on again, off again, hooking up with someone for a year, and then like
you're a bartender.
I think for her, I think you need to realize the way you view this relationship is a lot different than how he views it. Is my hunch. Is my hunch, right?
Right.
To me, I think she
like they were hooking up. He doesn't see that much difference between that and this.
Well, I don't think they were hooking up. The clock didn't start running it for him.
No, right.
She thinks they've been dating almost 2 years. He's like, what's it been, 2.5 months? Like to his mind. He's like, well, we fucked you a couple times, but we've been dating like a month,
we
really.
never said I love you. She's like, I did in a fight. And he's like,
So that's my hunch. And maybe I'm projecting here off of my, my personal beliefs when I was a dumbass in my 20s.
Right.
So that's a very real possibility. So for you, you're like, I've been dating this person almost 2 years. Like you're rounding up. You're like, I've been dating him 2 years. He's met my family.
Right.
He hasn't even said I love you or wanted me to meet the parents. To me, meeting family is one of the like fakest milestones in the world.
Why do you do it? You're not going to get married to the guy.
Yeah.
He's a bartender who lives with his dad.
Yeah, I mean, that's in my hunch is that is the absolute disconnect here.
Right.
Is that she's looking at it like, and maybe, she's a good person. She's like, I date with like, I want to see the things through. I think, and look, I'm not even saying he might not be on your level at some point. I'm just saying my hunch is he thinks this is way less serious at this point than you'd think it is.
Yes.
And that's not saying he might not eventually get to that point.
Why does she think it's serious? Like, it's like,
question.
just enjoy. Like, this is the thing I think with women a lot, or I don't know, maybe with men too, but I just talk to women more about it.
Sure.
Is that it's a means to an end always.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't know, it seems fun, which is like, isn't that what dating is? Like you just go into it, you go, I don't know. It's like starting crowd work. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know. Let's see what happens here.
Totally.
And then you don't like, but I never dated during profile times.
Sure.
So I don't know if.
But were you dating? Sorry to cut you off.
Pretty much predominantly comedians are in my immediate, like you'd meet someone, you'd laugh, you'd have fun, you go fuck them, then you'd go on a date, and then you go, we'll just be friends, and then you go fuck someone else. I mean, it just was
I agree with you, but I also think that's a different philosophy. Like, were you ever dating thinking about getting married?
Never.
Me neither, right?
And only Rich was the only one where I was like, I think this guy might actually propose. And then he did when I thought he was going to.
Oh, interesting.
And
so,
I was like, yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
okay.
yeah.
All right. This could be fun.
What's the proposal like?
We were in a hotel room by the airport because we were taking a flight the next day. And yes, it was not thought out. And he was getting so...
You're at the Newark Sheridan?
I think we were flying to Florida, and I think he was going to do it in Florida, but I think his anxiety was getting the better when we were still in New Jersey. We were at a hotel. I don't know why we were at a hotel by the Newark airport.
Hotel.
At an airport hotel. And then he just goes, here, and he had a ring box. And then he laid down on the couch. He was like fully having a panic attack. And he goes, you don't have to say yes if you don't want to. And I had to open up my own ring, calm him down,
That's awesome.
tell him it was going to be okay. We were going to do it. Okay.
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious.
He goes, you want to call people? I go, no, let's wait a bit.
Yeah. What's my grace period on taking this back? Let me get to St. Pete's first, and let me think about it on the ocean.
But I sort of had a suspicion, so I already knew what I was going to do.
Yeah.
No, I really liked him. It is weird now thinking back 20 years. I liked him back then.
That's what love is, though. It's like, I do think that's what you want, is something you can't really explain.
Yes.
And you're like, this is just how I feel.
Well,
there's something magical and nice about that.
Rich would never, if it had been a dating app, I would have never dated him because he was too old and he had kids it wouldn't have. But just because I met him organically and we bonded in some way and just were funny together, we were immediately.
Totally. That's great. I mean, I totally know what you mean. Sometimes I think back and I'm like, some of the women that I end up dating the longest is like people who bring something out of me that make me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I feel funnier around them.
Yes.
And it's not the kind of thing where I need to feel the funniest. I've dated people who I don't particularly click, but it's just like, that's a good marker for other types of joy, especially when you're a person who loves
when you
laughing,
feel
whatever.
like, I mean, I guess I've always had this weird thing because especially being a woman who now I believe I have some kind of neurodivergence. I don't know, but I just have always been kind of weird.
Plenty of mental illness.
And I know I'm sick in some way.
Let's not get too specific about neurodivergence, but
I just I can't remember what we were talking about, but
really trying to prove your point that you're ADD.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait. No. Oh, I just wouldn't have. Is that what I was saying? I wouldn't have dated Rich.
I think that makes sense. So it's like
I know what I was going to say. I'm so
apps.
sorry.
Go ahead.
But I was going to say like there's some kind of safety that gets. Like when you're with somebody who the chemistry thing, I think that's actually just you feel like, oh, okay, this person, I'm not going to offend this person. Where that's what I would always happen to me in regular relationships on regular days, where I chose funny over that making them feel comfortable or do you know what I mean? Like,
of course. I remember. Wait, this was the era of your life where you said "cunt" on NBC.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then was completely shocked that people were upset about it. Completely. It's so weird.
I watched that. That's so like it's funny to think that I was a fucking. I don't mean to. I feel bad every time telling people I saw things when I was a child. When I look like this, but I was a child watching that show on in my basement, in my kitchen basement. I remember exactly where I was when it cut to you. I was like, and I didn't know. I was like, I didn't really know.
They bleeped it.
They bleeped it so no one could tell what you said.
Right.
But anyway, that does make sense to me on some level. And I think what's going on here is this girl is just, she has this connection to this guy. She feels comfortable. She feels like she wants it to be probably a little more serious than he does. And she's freaking out about these markers, societal checkoff marks, where it's like, listen, if this guy doesn't like you and you get lunch with his mom, it's not changing the relationship.
Right.
If he likes you and he drags his feet, that's his own stuff. Liking you is the problem.
If you work really hard at it, you're going to get him ready for the next girl. That's the best you can hope for.
Right.
That's the best you can hope for in this situation. And so you're like, it's the societal markers, like you're saying. They weigh so heavy on women. For what reason at this point in time?
I don't know.
In 2026, they're still like they're obsessed with having like the bridal shower and the like. I think
traditional markers, even if you're not a traditional person, on some level you want, you think
you deserve these things, or that it's just like when you have a kid and I remember like when Raina was little and she was supposed to be able to throw a ball, like
the developmental markers,
like send a ball back, and she couldn't, and I was doing it over and over.
She's fucked.
And then I was like, wait, every kid in kindergarten can throw a ball back. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If at 6 months she can do it or not.
In 6 months she'll be able to do. Yeah, it's like sometimes like you meet people who were non-verbal until they were like 3.
Yes, right.
And their parents were probably freaking the fuck out, and they're just like, now they're just regular people. Maybe they're fucking stupid, but now they're just regular people. So yeah. If you worry about this stuff, you will just fuck up whatever you have going on.
Yeah, appreciate the moment.
Appreciate the moments. And listen, if it comes up, and you're having a good time and he's talking about being around his family, you could say, feel free to be like, hey, I'd really love to meet your family. Like maybe we get lunch or something. And see how he reacts.
And maybe they're weird and he's embarrassed of them.
That's a great point. Actually, that's a really good point. I think that happens a lot. But
he's told a few fibs that he doesn't want them to.
Look, either way, yeah. I mean, look, do we think this is like necessarily the end all be all relationship for you? No, not. Sorry, we're here. We're wiser. We're older and wiser than you. We've seen how life works. Probably the guy you met working at Tim Hortons is not who's gonna be your fucking. Although I actually did meet a guy who met his wife literally working at a Tim Hortons. And it's the cutest story of all time. They dated in high school. They're like high school sweethearts, have a beautiful family. It's actually, so it does happen. So maybe it will happen. But you getting ahead of yourself and being like, why haven't I met his family? No, that shit doesn't matter.
The minute you start thinking that, it's like over.
Yeah. And I am a little worried because it does feel like you are putting weird pressures on what even to us sounds like a more casual relationship than you think it is. Which is
not bad. You can have a casual relationship in your 20s. Why are they being forced into these serious relationships where guys can have casual relationships? Like you're allowed to just have fun and do what you want.
But look, I think they seem like they're committed, but it's just still like, just because you're committed doesn't mean you're automatically, that's I think some people think, well, once we're in a committed relationship, we're basically married.
Right.
And it's like, no, you're still in your 20s and dating. It's still not serious. It's just, you can be monogamous and not be serious. I think people don't understand that can be. Right. You can be dating someone and not be sleeping with anybody else, but it's not that serious a relationship. Right. That is possible. Because so many people are open and do crazy shit, people think just locking it down. That was actually a big hurdle for me where I was like, oh, I could just date someone and it's not.
Right.
It doesn't mean I'm engaged to her. It just means like I'm not sleeping with anybody else and we're figuring it out.
Right. Anyway. I think that's the thing that's changed over time. Like, I got married 20 years ago and that it's like the apps made it now this is something we're really doing here, there's something happened where, because you did just used to kind of like fuck around a lot.
Yeah, and you would
there was a lot of fucking around. It was kind of fun.
Bring it back. What else we got, Eldest?
Hey, Stav. Hello, Eldest, esteemed guest. I have to re-record this because the last one sounded like just complete dog shit. So, okay. For context, I am 21. I'm on my own, living on my own. I have a very complicated relationship with my parents. My dad's a serial cheater with 2 kids out of wedlock, and he recently started a divorce process with my mom, who is also kind of a piece of shit, because she just kept on going back to him. Long story. I have a 10-year-old brother.
I love when they don't give the mom any grace.
Yeah. It's so
she was in love, this bitch.
Yeah, they write the female characters even in their own lives.
Oh yeah, just
like a male director.
Yes. This fucking asshole.
I have a 10-year-old brother. He's a sweet kid when he wants to be. We have a lot of issues because he's just really mean to a point where it's like I can tell it's because of the divorce. Sure. But like nobody does anything to tell him like, hey, maybe you shouldn't call people fat. Maybe you shouldn't like be a brat, And to top it all off, he's like a Gen Alpha fucking stupid ass kid. Watching YouTube videos, AI YouTube videos.
This kid's toast, by the way.
Playing Fortnite all the time.
This kid's so fucked, it's crazy.
My question to you
is he's probably taking a fucking hammer to his cheekbones as we speak. Keep going, Eldest.
So my question to you is like, is he savable? Is it
yes.
over?
What are you? Hold on. What are you talking about?
Put him down. Put him down.
Yeah. One quick one to the back of the head, like old Yeller.
you get a coat hanger. You go like that. You grab his leg.
Yep. Bash him in the fucking head with an axe. Is he savable?
Well, the thing is that at 10, when they're assholes, it's kind of good because it's not the usual age. So
they can get out of their system.
He's actually going to get out of it. He's actually probably early enough an asshole that he'll figure out himself. Because at a certain age, kids' brains start going against everything around them. So he hasn't even hit that age yet. So he'll start...
He might rebel against this.
He will rebel against this. Might become a great person.
Interesting.
I think it's like the reason teenagers do that is in case they have bad parents.
Oh, interesting.
That they can get out of it. That
you have the urge to potentially
yes,
rebel.
you have the urge to go, whatever you believe, I don't believe, I'm going to believe all this now, so that you can have an opening of mind experience in case they're shitty.
That is actually a really interesting evolutionary argument why there's a black sheep in like most families.
Oh, wow.
Because it's like you could, and again, this is awesome because we're really just letting it fly. We have no idea, no concept,
this is what
no
science
nothing.
is now.
This is science, but it would be a fun theory if evolutionarily they just made a black sheep because they're like, hey, if the society or if the group, the clan this individual happens to be born into actually is onto the wrong stuff, we'll have a smaller group kind of splinter cell off and rebel and form their own. And so, which if they're right, then they'll flourish and the genes go either way.
Yeah. Well,
it's kind of fun to think about. Might be true.
Nobody came to my vegan's side.
Yeah. Oh no, not you. Your line is dying. And you again repopulate. You became vegan and married Rich Voss. I mean, again.
I know.
Although it is crazy,
Don't put me in a box, man.
It's funny though. We didn't even talk about how fucking insane it is that your daughter's in college. That's like a classic comedy kid that ages all of us.
Yes.
Where we all remember her as a kid at the stand. We all remember like with her fucking.
Well, I want her to come to the stand and hang out and see everybody again because she's like this absolutely gorgeous, like funny person.
You want her out of comedy clubs.
Well,
make sure Jeff Ross isn't around.
She sent me. I'm in the Epstein files or whatever.
What do you mean you're in the Epstein files?
So Raina sent me the thing because there's a flyer in the Epstein emails that I'm on the show.
Oh wait, were you part of the people that it was like somebody was sent
Sherrod, I think.
Yeah, because Epstein wanted to go to the cellar one night.
Yes.
You were on the lineup that night.
So all her and her friends put in all their parents' names to search, and guess whose fucking name came out? So Raina was like, "You brought me there because
I could have been trafficked,
Yes,
but Jeffrey Epstein could have found me at the Comedy Cellar."
I brought you there to give to Jeffrey Epstein. He wouldn't take you. She's like, oh, come on.
I know. I'm actually we could be living on the Upper East Side right now. But
she was like, I go, why is it a flex to you? Because she was like telling all her friends and stuff. She goes, I don't know. It's kind of cool.
It is funny because being in the Epstein files innocently is a flex. Because it's funny. It's just funny.
It's just funny.
Because it's like, if you search your parents' name and it comes up, most people aren't giggling about that.
Yes.
Most people are like, what? No, it's like changed your whole life.
They all sat around their sorority and put in all their parents' names.
I fully believe that. That makes so much sense to me. That's exactly what we'd be doing if we were fucking kids right now and there was like a big list.
Yes, right.
Like, your dad f***s kids. Like, if Eldest's dad was in the Epstein files, that would be the funniest thing that ever happened.
Right.
If they're like, oh yeah, we had an Albanian chauffeur who kept trying to fuck the kids, but we had to hose him down. That's the.
You would have loved to have that kind of status.
In Albania, they would have made put a fucking statue of him at the Capitol. And he's like first Albanian yeoman to shake hands with the Jews that control the world, and he'd have his little driver's cap on. Oh, that's so fucking funny. What were we answering? What was the? What question
will the
was
kid
this?
be okay? I think the kid will be okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
the kid's gonna be okay.
There's still more. I'm gonna.
Yeah, give us some more.
It's pretty far away, but I try and keep in contact with him. And when he is mean to me, I'm like, hey, bro, like, I'm not going to talk to you if you call me fat or you, like, are really rude to me. Like, it's just that. But then my mom...
First, she said calling people fat.
Yeah, no, right.
And now she's actually
really the only
clarified that it's actually calling her fat. That is actually what's driving her crazy. So anyway, go.
But then my mom coddles him and my dad basically doesn't fucking do anything, prick. And
so,
like,
he called me fat. Oh, leave him alone.
Yeah. Well, sweetheart, I mean, he shouldn't be rude, but
he could lose a few.
At least we don't got to get the kid eyeglasses. I'll say that.
So I don't really know what to do. I want to have a relationship with him. I don't want him to fall down like the alt-right pipeline, which is like what seems to be happening.
Feels like
based on,
only one
some of
thing
the
you
shit
can
that he
do.
said. Like,
Yeah.
I hate gay people and stuff like that. And I don't know, dude. Like, I just don't know what to do in the situation because I'm not his parent. So, like,
This is kind of hard.
I think she should lose
I have
weight.
the right to fucking,
I see an answer.
Look, the kid, he's not going to be helped by having to look at ugly broads all day.
Give him something to look up to.
This is hard because it's both a real problem that I
Yes.
would be worried about, and she is so clearly too close to the situation. Because
Right.
the problem with her brother is that he's a kid whose parents are going through this fucked up divorce.
Yeah.
And if
He's
your
in
parents are
pain.
both pieces of shit, that's going to fuck you up one way or the other. Like,
Yeah.
look, me and my brothers we didn't have, our parents were not, there were some problems, but it was nothing crazy, but there was plenty of mental illness and there was anger issues and there was fighting and there was stuff that could fuck you up.
Yeah.
And there's low level abuse, whatever, right? Nothing crazy, nothing really
Doesn't
insane.
everyone have a low level abuse?
It's compared
Come
to like other
on.
shit, whatever. And we're all doing pretty good, but all of us had our own problems, right? Like I had some mental illness shit I had to get over. I had some real, it's like we have depression, anxiety, and other forms of more extreme mental illness are like that we all have struggled with.
Yeah.
And we didn't even have that bad an upbringing, right? So this kid,
Yes.
he's going to have some weird shit,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Now the problem is the way he's affected by this divorce. You are so emotional about a 10-year-old calling you fat.
Yeah.
This is hurting your feelings in a serious way and even you being like, can I save him? It's like, of course the kid is savable. What you should do now is an interesting question. What kind of relationship you should have with a kind of bratty younger brother? I think you're not his parent, but you are an adult, right? How old did she say? Did she say?
21.
She's 21. Okay, so yeah.
An adult to him, though.
Definitely an adult to him, for sure. What you need to do is, no pun intended, be the bigger person. Sorry. I'm not even saying you're that fat. I'm fat as shit. Okay? And I do think it's rude, even if you were, even if you are or are not fat, it is rude for your 10-year-old brother to call you that.
Kids call people fat all the time.
All the time.
They know that that's a trigger and they can get a good reaction.
Totally.
And they do it all the fucking time.
Those little fuckers don't know it's coming for them.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? I love when you see a 7-year-old being like, I don't want to be fat or whatever. It's like,
Wait till you get your period.
no disrespect,
bitch.
You're going to be fat. We live in
Wait
America.
till you get on birth control.
Yeah. Anyway, so I would say yes, you kind of have to slightly be above it. Don't engage with him in terms of like, don't let him act out the way he wants to. If you're not his parent in that if he's being a complete brat, you could just be like, I'm not dealing with you when you act like this. Right. I think you need to be, because right now maybe you're not his cool older sister, but soon, like this age gap is actually pretty good for an
Yes.
older sibling. Because
He's
you're the
lucky
one,
that he has her.
totally, like in a couple years when he needs
Yes.
a little help navigating the world,
Right.
you will be in your
Right.
mid-20s, you will really know a bunch of
Right.
shit. So
Right.
I think the best thing to do is right now, don't create the weird kind of sibling rivalry
Right.
that makes it so that you can't. Because
Let him call you fat.
yeah, just like be like you're being a fucking brat.
Yes.
You're not. Oh, I'm a fat. I'm a fat bitch. I guess you don't want to come to Chick-fil-A with me or whatever.
Right.
Or go to Target.
Right.
Or just like
Exactly,
the little perks that an
yes,
older
yes.
sibling can for a
Yes.
younger sibling. Oh, I guess you don't need somebody to go take you to buy a fucking Switch or
But
whatever.
don't
the
get
fuck.
mad. Don't take it personally where
No.
now you're going to be another part of his problem.
Exactly. I think you need to do whatever you can to avoid becoming his enemy.
Right.
Don't take it upon yourself to parent him. Look, in fact, you have the advantage of not being lame like a parent.
Yes.
You have the ability to be like, when he's being a fucking idiot, you can just be like, you're being a fucking loser.
Right,
No
right.
girls are going to want to fuck
Right,
you if you act
right,
like that. Like,
right.
truly, you could act. And so I think you need to avoid becoming his enemy when he's in this weird situation going through divorce. Your parents are going
And
through
always be
divorce.
available to him.
Be available and understand that you may not be his parent, but it's like you do have to step in a little bit in a way that you shouldn't have to. Understand that. You shouldn't have to do this.
Right.
But this, I think, is the recipe. It's like, stay his friend. If he's being a cunt, don't allow that kind of behavior. Don't support it. But yeah, I think in a couple years, he will want, when you're fucking 15, you know how sick it is to have a sibling that's 26? I could buy you fucking beer.
Right.
I could get you weed.
But like even just, go stay overnight at her place or whatever would be amazing.
Like when your sister would take us to fucking TGI Fridays in the movies.
Oh, yeah.
That was fucking awesome, dude. Those like some of the best, we're 13.
Yes.
You feel like a fucking adult.
Yes.
So soon you will have access to a lot of stuff that he wants, right?
If you don't, take personally and if you try to get even or have resentments with him.
Don't beef with a child, even though it's your brother.
Right.
Right.
Although it's hard because Raina would
be
so rude sometimes, and
of course,
it's hard not to be like, even when she was really little, we'd be playing and she wouldn't let my Barbie do stuff.
Kind of like, she was kind of an asshole as a little kid. It was hilarious.
Well, in the comedy clubs, I will say this about her, that I left her in the prison yard, and then people were like, she's acting like a prisoner.
But it was, but I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
Where it was like, it was funny to see a little kid be like, shut up. Like, not even.
She went to my opener. We were eating before the show, and then she finished and she put her napkin in his shirt, and she goes, go buy yourself something pretty.
I mean, you have told the story either on here or on Cumtown about how they were bullying Ian, her and her middle school friends.
Oh God, yes. Oh, right.
I don't remember. Was that on Cumtown?
I don't remember.
It's a Hall of Fame story.
Oh God,
look it up. Somebody
he was getting upset. I'm always fascinated when people do get upset by kids, because I guess I've got a thicker skin to it.
Of course.
But he was getting upset because they somehow got his phone number and were texting him from the back of we had a van and we were going to a gig, and first thing they did was they called him a heroin addict, right? Is that what?
I don't remember.
Oh no, they were like, oh, okay, crack addict or something like that. I think they were like 11 or 12 at the time, and just at that age where it was of course. They thought it was so. We were actually laughing pretty hard too.
It's so good.
Ian was the one who was not that into it.
I mean, it's such a hilarious story. Fuck. Anyway. So, but it is hard. Kids can be mean, but it's like you don't have to be his parent. So you can just walk away when you're fed up.
Right.
And just maintain, because I do think.
Leave the door open.
Leave the door open, because I think that's the solution here.
Yeah, agreed.
But good luck. That sucks. And give yourself and him grace. Because she also, when you're 21, even though you're an adult and your parents are getting divorced and you have this younger brother who kind of pulls you back into childhood, you're regressing a little bit.
Yes, right.
Psychologically. So try not do that. Go to therapy. If you can get your brother into therapy either now or later, that's good.
I don't believe in therapy.
That's awesome, and we don't have time to get into that. And we will save that for another episode.
I believe in Patreons.
Hey, well, listen, if I had to pick one, believe me, I'm picking Patreon, sister. It is not even close which one has had a better effect on my life. Patreon versus therapy.
Yes, exactly.
Are you kidding me?
See?
I mean, I'm working on a joke where it's like, it's not going to be on this hour, but it was like, my therapist goes on vacation in August. And then, so instead of seeing him weekly, I've just got a weekly cleaning lady instead of monthly.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, this is helping my life so much more than a fucking guy.
Yes.
I just have to complain to an old guy,
right.
or I never do dishes.
Right.
I'm going to be a lot happier if I never have to fucking do dishes. But anyway, give us another call, Eldis.
Hey, Stav, Eldis. I just left a voicemail earlier. Please disregard that one.
Wow, people are doing that.
Anyways, long time, first time, love the show. Calling in for a little bit of advice because I am a reformed incel.
Hell yeah.
I've been married to my wifey for 6 years. Great sex life. She's the best. Kind of the one who pulled me out of incel.
Good for you, man.
She's gobbling my cock. Are women people?
Hey, this is pretty nice.
Maybe I've been too hard on these bitches.
Maybe I've been too hard on this type of person. What they're doing now feels kind of awesome. And that actually is...
Does this make me gay?
Damn it. Is the fact that I'm respecting a woman because she gave me pussy make me gay?
Yeah.
You know, that is kind of how society works. It's like you get annoyed by women, then you fuck, you're like, you know what, women actually are awesome. It's like, that's the way anything works.
They're
it's
so
like,
soft.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see what he's got.
Was headed down a dark tunnel. So props to her.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Anyways, life is great. I've been away from
Pause this
that
again.
area
We need to get this guy to be doing. I swear to God, we need to have an in-person. Like we need to have like incel conversion therapy.
Oh my
the
God,
way the way they
amazing.
had they have gay conversion therapy.
Yes.
And we need to just get a camp. Get like, oh dude,
Right.
this would go
Oh my
crazy.
God.
If we got like 10 of the incels that have called into the program and did a reality show.
Oh my God.
Where we go to a camp and we just, by the way, buy sex workers. Like we just hire a bunch of awesome sex workers. We have them like train how to talk to women. We have them like, we queer eye them or we fat eye them. Fat eye for the incel. It needs a little work, but if that would be incredible.
That's
if we got
great.
10 incels and we had this guy
But
come.
really, they really are incels.
Yeah,
Yes.
look, I get, of course. They're out there. Again, me and Eldest are reformed incels. We didn't get pussy when we were teenagers. You know what I mean? Like that form.
Is that what an incel is? Just somebody to get pussy?
Involuntarily celibate is what it means.
Oh, I never realized
That's the
that.
whole- yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I just
yeah,
thought
yeah.
it was like right-wing trolls.
No. Incel started from
Oh.
purely, the definition is involuntarily celibate.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't know that.
Yeah. There you go. Everybody's learning.
Did everyone know that but me?
I think so. A lot. Not everyone, but a lot of
Dang
people.
it.
Yeah. That's okay.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm not on my phone.
Yeah, you're not online. You're unplugged. You're fucking. You're out there fucking. Putting okra for the season.
I get it now. Okay.
Okay, let's see what else he's got, Eldest.
That area for over 6-7 years now.
been
And
incel
just kind of
clean.
recently identified a part in my life where I think it's still affecting me in some of my relationships, particularly just with women who are my friends. I have caught myself being kind of cold or borderline sometimes rude to my female friends because I am kind of scared of coming off as flirty or interested or approach, coming after my female friends in some kind of romantic way. I've never had an instance where that has happened and someone's called me out, either my wife or any of my friends. It's more of just, I guess, recently as I've thought about this, I think some kind of incel naivety or insecurity of just...
Yeah. That makes total sense.
Yeah, because once you're married, that's the best time to flirt.
Of course, yeah, and cheat too. And you can fuck.
mean-
And then maybe you could. Now you're really not an incel.
If you don't want to cheat, you
No,
can always
no.
be like, I'm married.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a joke, but it is kind of true in terms of like when you're in a relationship and you truly don't want to cheat and you're just being yourself because you're happy.
Yes, and you're
because you're
silly
with
and-
someone who
Yes.
has lifted you up. You do attract more people then.
Yes.
Because you're just happier and better and everything. But
And flirting a lot of times is just having a great
a fun
conversation with someone.
Yes. It doesn't have to be. Now,
Sexual.
it doesn't have to be. Yes. But do you have more? Okay.
rather just be borderline rude to these people so that there is no fear of that, but rather, be friends with women and be myself around them. So would love your take on that, especially with
This is good.
all the friendships you've developed and as you've kind of gone through that process yourself. Anyways,
Yes, thank you. As a
would really
reformed
appreciate your take on
incel.
this. Love the show and thank you.
Well, I guess I need a clarifier on what the
Sure.
problem actually is.
The problem is, so he's saying he's great. He's been delivered out of incelhood.
Right.
He's in a nice committed relationship. Now he finds himself sort of, maybe even subconsciously on some level, being colder and less friendly to women, friends, and like associates because he doesn't, and he thinks it's like vestigial, like he doesn't want to be seen as flirting or crossing a boundary.
Right.
He still sees his relationship to women is still like wrapped up in shame and
Right,
embarrassment.
right,
Now,
right,
instead of
right,
getting rejected, and on some
right.
level, still getting rejected. Right. Now
right.
it's just the opposite, where it's like now women are going to demonize him for trying to fuck them or like trying to be inappropriate or whatever.
Right.
Whereas before he was scared of getting rejected by women. Now he's scared of being made out to be a predator or whatever.
right.
And I would say first and foremost, if I were you, everything I know about you, buddy, you being too dastardly charming to a woman would not be at the top of my worries. Them thinking you're behaving, them perceiving you as Antonio Banderas in his prime is not something I would be worried about. Number
also,
one.
like complimenting women has gotten such a weird thing recently. You can totally compliment women. It doesn't have to be sexual. You don't just say like her boobs.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
You look nice. Cool
You
jacket.
look nice.
Cool
I
jacket.
like
Which you do have a cool
something-
jacket.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you.
And cool pants. Yeah.
Something with, you do something different with your hair. That's fine. People
Yeah.
are like, oh, I can't even say something nice about her shoes. It's like such a weird thing.
But also it's like,
but
dude,
it doesn't have to be sexual.
and I would say you are in a good, like you clearly love your wife. You owe her
Yes,
everything.
right,
You know,
right.
You could be fucking, you'd have a dark fucking life if there's not for this woman. You don't want to cheat. I think this is a really good opportunity for you to read. This is a great learning opportunity where you're like, you don't, because you want to fuck your female coworkers the same amount you want to fuck your male coworkers now. 0.
Right.
Because you don't want to, sleep
You don't
with
want to
them.
wreck your relationship.
So I think this is freeing. You should be able to. And how do you do? Like basically, his question is essentially, how do I just have better female friendships?
well, I think like it's just like being curious about other people.
That's it.
Is, just when, like I said before, like when people are nice, not nice isn't even the right word because I don't like nice that much, but like when
Inquisitive, taking interest.
Yes. It's like it
Truly
makes
see
life
you.
so much better.
Yeah, spend a little bit of their time seeing you. And I think that's a good way to look at it. You have only looked at relationships with women as a like how
a
can
means
I
to an end.
How can I win her over? How can that
Yes.
energy? You've never expounded energy. Expounded?
Yeah, I think
is
that's
that
right.
right? You've never used energy for the purpose of getting non-sexual intimacy with a woman. Now
Right.
you can still, it's social, you're still using part of your social battery, but it's just the means are different. The end is much different. Now you want to form a real friendship. So just it's not, I think he doesn't realize that taking an interest in a woman is not cheating on his wife.
Right.
Being like, oh, well,
It's
how was
just
your weekend?
Taking
What do
an
you
interest
think
in
about this?
people.
It's just,
and learning more about how women think will help you in your relationship with your wife.
Totally.
blah,
And
blah,
in your job and in just being so I think that's it's as simple as that. Understanding, and I think he kind of does understand his own psychology
Yes,
pretty well.
right.
Where it's like, yes, that's a stupid vestigial way of thinking where you can't put real energy into talking to a woman for fear of getting rejected or fear of now being outed as like a sexual harasser or slash
I
wannabe
think that
cheater.
would be. I think that's a thing that men. I don't know if they do. Maybe he does, but like, if I was a man, that's what I would be worried about.
Yeah, and look, whatever. It's like, sure, but again, I don't think this guy. I think you greatly overestimate the amount these women think you're trying to fuck them.
Yes, right,
They probably
right.
think you're their nice but weird coworker.
Right.
And by the way, making friends, it's pretty simple. It hasn't gotten that crazy since being a little kid. Be nice to people.
Yes, right.
Fucking bring in bro. You bring cupcakes or donuts, or you're just saying you just come in one day. And you're like, my wife baked cookies for the whole office. You do simple shit like that
Right.
once a month, and
Right.
ask your female coworkers how
Right.
their fucking weekend was.
Right.
And by the way, go to the movies with a group of friends, a
Right.
group of like coworkers. Just do some shit like that. You're fine. You just need to understand that it is not. You are not being lecherous by taking a real interest in your female friends. And I think for me, and if he asks, he says, we've dealt with it. And for my reality, the true answer for me is just like purely getting out of that mindset of only seeing your relationship to women as sexual.
Right.
That was it. Where I was like, or what happened to me is like, I moved here and you're so lonely. And that you like a couple people like are nice to you, and you're like, and if a woman is nice to you when you're like sad, you're like, I love her.
Yeah.
And then you talk to her, or you even say how you feel, and you're like, wait, I wasn't in love with that girl.
Yeah,
She was just a nice person.
Right.
And it literally, like for me, there was a moment where I was like, oh, I just was good friends with her.
Yeah.
And it really was this thing where it took me to be like 24, 25 to be like,
To separate
obviously-
those feelings.
Obviously, I had like friends who I had close female friends who I like grew up with, who it was almost like we became friends. We were children.
Right.
So it's almost like you're grandfathered in at a simpler time
Yes,
where you
yes.
don't even consider them like a
Yes.
sexual entity. 'Cause
Right.
when we're
I
growing.
kissed one of those guys one time,
Yeah.
and it was so gross.
Totally.
I ran home. I was like,
Yeah. And I have like, one of my best friends is like that. But for me to truly kind of break the incel in my mind, it took me till I was like, in my mid 20s, which is like, it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but that's how
when you say to break that incel frame of mind, like that talking to every woman is
just to like
trying to find out if you got an in or not.
Yeah. That even when you were just kind of friendly talking to someone, in the back of your head, you're like, can I fuck her?
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's like,
but I think that, like, I think that about men.
There's a very small part of you it's almost like evolutionary.
Yes,
But I
yes.
mean, like, this was more of that. It was
Right,
like
this was more of the-
the second I would hit it off with someone as a friend who by the way, I didn't even really want to. It was just getting positive
Right.
attention from a woman.
Right.
I felt like, I have to immediately convert
I'm
this into
supposed to-
sexual
yes,
currency because
yes,
that's what
yes.
women are.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
that's their value
Yes.
is to allow me opportunities to fuck.
Right.
And then it took me like to actually come here, really switching up my shit up, coming to New York, rethinking everything, and just meeting a ton of people where you realize like, I do just like being around it. And it's just like, you just have to let go of that shit. And it's very simple though, because once you do it, you're like, this is great. This is better. This is fun. And
now you can actually determine who you might like.
totally.
As
And
opposed
then-
to just taking whatever you think might be
Yeah.
crumbs given to you.
And then it gets to be fun because now you get to be misogynist with women. You get to trash other women with women, and you're not even misogynist. It's a loophole.
Yeah,
you're
right.
not. Now
You're being supportive to at least one woman.
Yeah. Oh, when you start gossiping about some dumb
Oh
bitch
my
you hate
God.
with your girlfriends,
Oh my
that's the
God.
best. Eldest
So
doesn't
weird.
have that level of malice in his heart. He doesn't want to destroy anyone the way some of my female friends
Oh my God.
want to destroy their
Well,
enemies.
the difference of like men will destroy other men by just like some facts, you
Yeah,
know, or
yeah,
like he
yeah,
doesn't make
yeah,
any
yeah.
money or
Yeah.
nobody comes to his shows or whatever. But women get into the character of someone
Yeah,
deep in
totally.
there. We'll take apart their traumas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the best.
Oh, their
And
brother
then when-
died when they were 5. Get over it. You know, it's like.
and then when you
whoa.
throw gay guys into the mix too,
Oh my God, they're
it's awesome.
they have the ruthlessness.
It's both.
Yes.
It's like male domination
Yes.
and the ruthless cattiness of women.
Yes.
They're like the
I know.
meanest gay guy's the meanest person on earth.
Yes, absolutely. And
Although
also,
it's probably I don't know. Now I was thinking about it. I think my next initiative is like really expand the lesbian friendship tent. Because
yeah.
I got girls, I got gay guys, but I'm like, I feel like I'm sorely lacking on lesbians. And I would just say in general, making friends with people that you connect with but have different life experiences makes your life so much richer.
it's absolutely
and
the
you
truth.
find out about shit. You watch So I Marry, or you watch what's the fucking Natasha Lyonne cheerleader movie? But I'm a Cheerleader.
Oh, right.
You watch that movie because gay guys
Right.
tell you about it. You know,
Right,
it's
right,
great.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
It's like
right.
you just enrich yourself, and so I think you're
this
in the right
problem
path.
with the algorithm too, is that it just keeps it's
just
a feedback loop.
reinforces.
So you never. It's like you have to actually go out,
Yeah.
meet people. Like you don't even know. I always think this about growing up poor is I didn't even know what to hope for in richness, like
Yeah, yeah.
in
Oh,
wealth.
yeah,
Like I
totally.
didn't know what was available.
I talk about that too, where it's like it's like when you like what happened to me when I first got money, real money. I was like, I got fat as fuck because I just started doing drugs and eating like steaks
Right, 'cause
every
you're
day.
like, I can
'Cause
do
it was
whatever I
the
want.
first time I
Yes.
could ever I could have a ribeye every day.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't affect me financially. It was the
That's
first,
hilarious.
and I straight up did that a lot. I ate there was a tour where I was eating.
You're like a king.
It was crazy. I was truly eating like a king, and I was like taking pills and edibles, and just like it was awesome. And by the way, I loved it, but
Right.
it almost killed me.
Right.
But you're good in that. Like, yes, you're leaving the spiritual poverty of inceldom, and
Yes.
now you have the splendors of being friends with
Right.
women and
Right.
a bunch of other people.
Now you
And-
can experience life.
yeah. And this, and by the way, I would also say this guy's married, whatever. The other thing to realize for former incels is like if you start treating women like people and form real bonds with women, guess what? They have female friends who they will set you up with.
Right.
And that's the easiest dating you'll ever do in your life.
Right.
When a girl vouches for you to another girl,
yes,
you just have to not say the N-word and you're good. You know what I mean?
If you're a dude that has female friends, you're so much better at talking to women. Like,
True.
Like guys always do this. They go, why does all the girls like him? Like, he's not good looking. He has no money. It's like you can tell he likes women.
Yeah.
He's interested
He's
in
just
women.
nice. Yeah,
he's just like a fun guy to be around women. Like some men really aren't interested in women. They don't like hearing them talk or anything like that. And then women feel that. They get that.
Totally.
But if that person went out and was like, oh, I'm going to be friends with women.
Yeah.
And learn that skill.
And not expect any. That's the hard
Yes.
part. Everyone, and that's, by the way, I hate to fucking bring everything back to fucking how capitalism has destroyed us, but it is the thing where we think of our time as a commodity, and we think of it as money, or we think of it as our time, wasting our time being this precious thing where it's like, so if you go out and you talk to a woman and she doesn't fuck you, you're like, she just wasted 4 of my hours.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, because the only thing that's important is, but it's like human connect. Looking at things like you're like with dating with no expectations, just being like, you know what? I'm going out with my friends. I'm going to talk to some women. If I hook up with one, great. If I get somebody's number, great. The more life experiences you have, the better off you're going to be in general. And again, off the computer, touching grass, whatever all that shit.
My friend was going to date, was talking to this guy on an app, and then she was going to meet him, and he made a documentary. So she watched the documentary, and she said, watch this documentary. So I watched it. It was a good documentary. And then she was like,
the guy told her to watch it, or she watched it?
No, she looked him up or whatever, saw that he had made a documentary, watched the documentary. She was like, should I go
Loose change.
He
was the guy who's talking about. Yeah, that's the 9/11 was set up documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it had something to do with health. I can't remember now.
Nice.
But anyway, so he seemed like an interesting guy, you know. And then she said, she goes, he just DM'd me that he wants to meet me. You know, he's in her neighborhood, so he's gonna go to this bar. I go, just go meet him. She goes, no, because I don't think he's for me. Like, I don't really like the way he looked in the documentary, and you know, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
and it's like, but he's just a guy,
and just go.
Just go and sit there. You don't. There's no expectation there.
Just
But she
say
wouldn't
hello.
go out with him because she'd already made the decision that he wasn't a guy she was gonna marry.
No, the putting stakes on every interaction
Yes.
is what has ruined so much
Yes.
stuff. Making everything feel like it matters or is life and death or will affect you in really any way other than just being like, like you watch a movie from the 70s and it's people just hung out all day.
I know.
Or the plan was, hey, I'll meet you at the park at 1 p.m. And they make that plan at 6 p.m. the day before.
Yes.
And
then
everyone
they
just
go.
shows up.
Yes.
And they're like, I can't.
If somebody doesn't
I
show
told
up-
them I would meet him. There's no like, hey, I'm actually 40 minutes. Like, yeah, if that person doesn't show up, they are dead to you for that day.
Right.
And then you see him the next day. You're like, what the fuck happened to you?
Oh, it was
and you
this,
don't
it was
know.
that.
And you really don't know.
And you don't have this great anxiety. Like the minute you don't get a text from someone, there's this anxiety.
Yeah.
When really,
It's like, oh, I guess he got hung up. Who knows?
Yes.
Anyway.
But the thing is, like the time thing that you're saying, where it's like you're like, don't waste my time. It's like, what are you saving it up for? Do you know what I mean? It's like
that's a
it's like
great
you're
point.
basically just
also your time is
putting
worthless.
in time until you die. That's all this really
Yeah.
is. Like, there's nothing you can take with you.
Totally.
It's just experiences anyway. So you might like.
That is the actual thing we should be trying to hoard. Is experiences.
Yes,
instead of
right,
fucking
right.
capital, instead of
Right.
like shit that you steal from other people, that to really be rich, you have to exploit other people on some level.
Yes.
To be like crazy rich. Instead, be like,
Yeah.
go do the craziest shit. If something sounds weird, go do it, man.
Yeah.
If it's safe, whatever. Just try different shit out. And so, this is a very minor version of that. Speaking to a woman as if she's a
Human.
an equal is a minor version of that.
Not
but yeah.
someone that you have to fuck. Just someone you want to find out a little bit about.
Yeah, dude. But you're in the right spot. You really are a success story, and it makes me feel good to hear a caller like
Yes,
this.
right.
It really does.
Yes.
And yeah, you're in for a little treat, pal. I can't wait till they, they'll show you Real Housewives.
The things is
there's so
I
much.
know, but guys do. The minute they get a girlfriend, they're like, watch all these female shows.
Yeah.
They're like,
totally.
they become obsessed.
The big Vampire Diaries guy now. Hit us with another one. Actually, give us something to go out on. Something fun to go out on, LD.
Hi, Stav. Eldest and esteemed guest. I have a quick one for you about a new guy I'm dating. I just want to get your advice. I'll get right to it. The guy I've been seeing for 2 months bought me a laptop that is worth approximately $1,600.
Okay.
And also he bought me an iPhone at the same time. And I don't know how much that was, but I felt kind of weird about it, but he was like, I just want you to be successful in your new job. And I think he has like a provider kink kind of thing, but I'm feeling weird and about
I love that
it.
everything gets put into a
kink.
phrase.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Oh, the guy's being nice. Well, I guess he has a provider kink.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Or the funniest one is when straight people start talking about breeding kinks.
Oh my
and
God.
they just mean nutting inside someone. It's like, so you just mean the thing we were designed to do biologically. It's like you're the one
God particle. It's what just went into that woman.
You're the one. You're like actually breeding. You could say is actually not to say what's natural or unnatural. That's the only one that's not a kink. The people that just want to get nutted in and nut inside someone. You're the only one doing it. Like it's like of course. That's not like a fucking. That's not like something you're into. That just is sex.
Yes.
Like you're just describing sex. You can't but yes, provider kink. But I will say, in this case, spending $3,000 on someone you're dating for 2 months.
But listen, if the guy has a good job and he's into success, which sounds like he is, then he really is just like, maybe it's not that big of a deal to him to spend $3,000.
Yeah.
And if he likes her and he's like, I want you to do well. Like, first of all, I think people just like spending money if they have it.
If they have it,
look
sure,
for
sure,
ways
sure.
to do it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But let's see. Let's see if she gives us any more info.
Is.
What do you think from guy point of view? Is that normal? He also told me to let him know if I didn't want it within 15 days because that is the return policy of the store he got it at. Okay.
So he's not that rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
interesting. I'm glad she added that detail because.
Well, I mean, look.
But maybe he's not wasteful.
Maybe he's not wasteful. Yes. Okay. Speaking as someone with money who. And by the way, I do like if I'm dating somebody or if like I'm out with somebody, like obviously I pay for stuff, I get whatever. Obviously.
I like to pick up a big dinner.
I like doing all that stuff. I take care of my friends, my family, obviously all that stuff. In dating though, I actually would probably be like again if I pick up every check whatever, and if we're traveling, I pay for stuff. But I'm saying in terms of big gifts. I think I actually would wait because it's the kind of thing where you're like, it's not that I care about spending money. It's that I want to make sure I'm not affecting this relationship.
Right. So did she say how long they'd been dating?
2 months.
Oh, okay.
If I was dating, if I'm dating someone for a year and was it her birthday or did he just get it for her?
He just got it for her. She mentioned the new job thing. So
now, okay. If I'm dating somebody for a while and she has a new job and she's worried about her computer, I'll buy her computer.
Yeah.
Right? If it's serious.
If she won't fucking shut up about it.
Yeah. If she shuts her fucking yap. If she finally gets off my dick about the one time I got head on the road, I'll buy her a computer. But I need that in writing. I need that it's never going to come up again in writing. No. I would buy, if I'm in a serious relationship with somebody and she mentions she's worried about her fucking iPad broke and she needs it for her fucking job or whatever. Of course I buy her it, whatever. But if I'm 2 months in and we're still kind of in the courting phase and in the getting to know each other and what we were just talking about earlier where it's like you can be monogamously dating and it's not serious. If we're still in the not serious but monogamous phase, I'm not spending that much money, not because it really matters to me, but because I don't want this to affect the way she views me or like.
That's a very good point. I never thought of that. Yeah.
Sees it as the way where it's like I don't want to feel
now
like
she feels like, I guess I'll stay with him a little longer. See,
either way, in either direction, right? I don't want her to feel guilty about it.
I was thinking.
I don't want her to. I also want to feel like the person I'm with wants me for me.
Yes,
and I want the relationship to form and feel like a real, true connection, and not feel like this is somebody who's like, oh, I could probably get some nice shit. I just got to date this guy for a year.
Right.
And I'll get fucking my bills
my
paid off. My
birthday's coming up.
If something is serious, I will do whatever for the people closest to me.
Right.
But
2 months is
2 months.
Well, because I think, what did that guy think? If I was the guy, I would think, oh, she'll think this is weird. Even if I wanted to do it, I might not do it just because I go, oh, it's too much too soon. Let me.
Unless you're the type of rich where the difference between $30 and 30,000 is nothing.
Yes, right.
Buying a computer like it's a coffee is weird to me.
Yeah.
So I agree. I see why she's a little weirded out because I think it's possible for a woman to be like, whoa, what the fuck? This is kind of fucking too fast. So,
well, all she has to do now is, not see him for a while after after
at day 16, say you want to break up.
Yes, and then watch his mind explode. Then you'll know what you're dealing with because he might be controlling. Like it could be a lot of different things.
My hunch is this is just
he wants to hook her in,
putting a down payment on the next. This is preparing for the first real argument.
Right.
This is like, oh, you didn't have a problem when I bought you a fucking MacBook, you fucking slut.
Right.
That's what I'd be worried about.
Yes,
and again, we don't know this guy.
Yes,
he could just be a nice guy who actually is head over heels with it for this woman. And so I'm saying like,
and it could be a story, and they're like, 12th wedding anniversary. He bought me a computer. I was like, this guy's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is really, you have to figure out the guy.
You have to figure out the guy. And I do think this is a little weird. It is a little early. Mm-hmm. It does put you in a position to have to think things. Even at 5 or 6 months, you have a clearer vision of who this person is.
The fact that he said, tell me at day 15.
That's pretty funny.
That's a controlling, right?
I read that as he actually doesn't have money like that. And he's like, hey, if if this gesture isn't landed the way I want, I really, really could use the $3,000,
Right. But then that suggests to me, that whole thing suggests that he's not as confident and like.
I agree. You cannot tell her to give you the laptop back. If you make this move, you asking for the return,
take it,
takes
leave it, give it to your
off.
friends. I don't care.
Exactly.
Whatever you need to do with it, do with it.
Because now she does have to think about the financial ramifications.
Yes.
Now it's not a gift like any other gift.
Yes.
Now if I don't use this to its full, now I'm costing him. So and again, this guy might just be a pragmatic person who again might be head over
by the
heels.
way,
yeah. And it's like, and he might really mean it. Like, hey, if this was weird to you and you don't want this, if you're gonna give it back, just give it back so I can get my money back. And that is reasonable. But again, anytime you do these weird kind of gray area things where you're like, what's going on here?
There's something not quite right about his thinking.
There is something off either way.
Yes,
even if his intentions are pure.
Yes.
It's like,
he should have thought that it was too soon. He should have known that.
He should have offered a less sort of economically stressful way to support her at her new job.
Right.
Get her breakfast, get her fucking, whatever. Hire her a cleaner for the week or her first week.
Yeah.
Make
weird.
Or whatever. Just some, I just mean buy her a bag, buy her a fucking work bag.
Yes.
Get her get her. I was trying to think of something pragmatic that's not flowers. That's like, oh, you're busy at work, you're late night at work. I'll pick up your dry clean. Support her in different ways that show you're thoughtful, as opposed to like dropping $3,000 when
that you don't quite have,
that you don't exactly have. That I think is but if I assume by the time this girl's called in, the episode is out, we're well past the 15 days.
Right.
So all you can do at this point is you've accepted the gift, it seems like.
Right.
Just don't let it affect your relationship as much as possible. And the second this motherfucker, if you get in a fight and he throws the laptop in your face, you give the laptop back and you get out of this person's life. That's how I would handle it.
I would say exactly the same thing, except keep the laptop.
Right. And that's the duplicitous female mind.
I know. You can't give it back. All your stuff is on it.
You work off an external hard drive for the next couple months.
Just in case.
But yeah, I think that's our advice. All right.
But he like, even though there's something wrong with his thinking, it's like he still could be a great guy that just
Still could be a great
didn't
guy. That's
quite know.
And that's why I'm saying, like, at this point you've accepted it.
Yes.
You've made your bed.
Yes.
Honestly, probably what I would do, I mean, who's to say, is like, this is very thoughtful. It's very sweet. I don't feel comfortable accepting this
Yes.
level of gift. It doesn't
Yes.
mean I'm not interested in you. It's just like, I just think
Let's
it's
just
too much.
Put pause on this for a bit.
Like,
yeah.
I appreciate it, but I'm okay, whatever. Like, I think that's, and maybe the relationship survives that, maybe it doesn't. But either way, you didn't do that. You accepted it. That's fine. And I think, again, totally fine. That's why you just try and have as normal a relationship as possible. He's decided this is the kind of gift he wants to give you.
Right.
Great.
Right.
Just be normal. Don't be weird about it. And if he starts being weird about it, I think that's where you have to draw the line, because that's just step one of trying to buy control of you.
Right.
Is like,
Well,
a
she
laptop.
should definitely give him anal, right? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, of course. That goes without saying.
Come on.
Let him cheat.
Come
Basically, I have a formula that sort of like, it's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
Okay.
When you spend enough
Yes.
money on women, it's like, get out of cheating free, anal. Let me kiss your friend while I jack off in the room. There's different
wait,
tokens.
is that a thing? I would do it.
I'm just thinking
I gotta
about
suggest that
I'm
one.
just thinking about different stuff that's kind of cool. I would love to see a girl fuck her friend. And obviously, let me jump in is the top one, but that's neither here nor there. You don't have to.
But no breeding kink, right?
No, yeah. Oh, if that too,
It's so funny. I never heard that.
Yeah. That's that. People say they have a breeding kink, and it's like, you're describing the most
Right.
natural form of sex.
It's in the Bible.
Anyway, good luck, sister. Bonnie, thank you so much. This was so fun.
Thank you for having me. It was so fun.
That's going to do it for us, folks. Go see Bonnie. Follow her.
My Instagram. Get on my Instagram.
Get on the IG.
Come on.
Follow Bonnie, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.